Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nur Fatihah binti Zulkifli. Today, I would like to talk about measuring the efficiency of cars in Malaysia through data environment analysis. Therefore, this is what basically I'm going to talk about, alright, in this video. This study is about measuring efficiency of cars, of 12 best cars in Malaysia, and using a data environment analysis. Data environment analysis is a method where it can measuring the efficiency of something, and it is about a cars where, because today automotive industry have very high demand in building a cars because of the demand from people out there. Therefore, it is a very necessary for all of us to calculate the efficiency so that we can know whether the car is efficiency or not. Because there are some cars which is pricey but not that efficient in terms of a few things. So in this study, we will look at the 12 best cars in Malaysia to know whether it is an efficiency or not. Okay, because this study is about car. Well, car is a transport. It's an automobile used by many people, and it can be described in a few ways, where we can say that it's a vehicle with 4 tires, and it has a few types of cars. For example, SUV, MPV, hatchback, sedan, crossover, coupe, and convertible car. And each car has its own cc, which is cubic centimeter, and it can be up to 3,000. Or we all people love to say like in this way, like for example 1.3 cc, 1.6 cc. That is a cubic centimeter. And cars has a few characteristics. For example, driving sensor, like I'm stating here. Okay, the problem that I figured out from this study is that there are so many vehicles, like I stated before, and it is very rapid. There are rapid improvements of demanding purchasing cars, and it is not possible to neglect the existing trend and environmental issues. Therefore, because however, uh, they are purchasing cars, okay, but tend to ignore the most important thing when buying cars, which is the performance and the quality. Based on the study before, noted that over 70% local people buy overseas cars instead of local cars, and this is a huge problem. I mean, doesn't mean overseas cars much better than local cars. We want to look. This study will explain, which car is efficient and which car is not, from local and overseas. So objective is to measure the efficiency of cars in Malaysia. We want to know whether the 12 best car, which is mixed, there are some of the 12 best car is local, and some of them is overseas cars. Okay, the cars is collecting the data that I collect for the cars is the second data, which I take from the Zigwheel website, and it is from 2019 until early February 2020, and it is a 12 best cars that is stated by Zigwheel. Okay, the cars that have been stated by Zigwheel is the Prodom IV, Honda City, Honda Civic, Proton X70, Prodom Beta, Honda CR-V, Toyota Innova, Toyota Rush, Honda Jazz, and Nissan Serena. We can say that most of them are overseas cars, and this 12 best car is basically most cars that have been purchased by Malaysians during that 2019 until early February 2020. Okay, what can we get, benefits that we can get from this study? Firstly, from the company of the vehicle itself, the company will understand its function and the cutting edge of overall performance, and people also can be aware that they can know the best and benefit from it. Okay, and after that, customer also can obtain more knowledge, more information, since there are too many cars sold in Malaysia. Uh, Next, the Department of Vehicle will concentrate on both performance and reliability in the measurement of standard quality. And we can see also the purchaser will purchase a vehicle through their needs, meaning that it's not because of the trends or anything. And of course, it helps for the future author as a new guidance. Okay. Alright. What is a DEA? DEA is a data environment analysis that is developed by the Charles Cooper and Rhodes in 1978. There are so many. There are some research have been done using this DEA to measure the efficiency and also the inefficiency. Okay. Some of them they are using in airlines, where they are comparing between the airline sector in the United States, using DEA to know which one is the efficiency and which one is not. Okay, and through about research about cars, some of the study before have done using a fuzzy logic decision control algorithm. Alright, when we talk about method, there are of course steps in order for us to do a research. Okay, we need to first collect the data first, and that is what I'm doing. I'm collecting the data, checking the data from the Zillow website, and a few websites to know more about the characteristic of the cars. And after that, we analyze the data. When we analyze the data, we using a DEA software. And after we have analyzed using the DEA software, we validate. Okay, we look at how it's measured, how it's calculated. We validate whether it's the process of matching data, and then we verify the data. Okay, next. Alright, like I stated before, the data comes from the Ziglos website. Okay, and this is the cars that I've stated before. Okay, this is a model that I use. Under the data environment analysis, there are a few models, and one of them is the CCR model. CCRO model is using because based on my previous my literature my base sorry based on my previous uh study research. Okay, they are using CCRO because they want to maintain the inputs, and they want to increase they want to maintain the input and can add up more output. If let's say they want to continue this study, so they can just add it up on the output. So this is what I do, where I have two inputs, and I have a 9 outputs. Okay, firstly, the first equation you can see here, what they do is that the total of outputs is dividing the total input. Okay, and if it is less than 1, meaning it's efficient. Okay, to make it, same goes to this one. Total output, if it is more than 0, meaning that it's efficient, and if it is less, that is not. Okay, so these are the equations. So if we want to make it more understand, I have one example, which is it is efficient car, where it is a probability. Okay. Alright. Alright. Okay. Okay. The first equation. This is the efficiency curve of probability. Okay. The first equation. Okay. The first equation is total of output divided by the total input. Look at this. Alright. Allah. Okay. So look at this. This is the total output. This is the output. number of cylinder, valve of cylinder, cubic centimeter, top speed, torque, power, acceleration, weight, and the fuel tank capacity. So just now, the first equation, adding up this value plus with this value plus with this value, dividing with this value, which is input, price, and engine, this value and this value. So it will giving the answer 1, which is efficient. So let's recheck again. We're adding up all the total output divided by the total input. So it gives values less and or equal to 1, meaning that it is efficient. Okay. To make it more reliable, to ensure more whether it is really efficient or not, then we sum of the input, we minus with the sum of output, and if it is equal to less or equal to 0, meaning that it is efficient. Okay, so this is the result. There are 5 efficient cars, which are Produa Myvi, Proton X70, Produa Brezza, Honda CR-V, and Toyota Yaris, where the rest is not. Because the score giving the 1, meaning that it is efficient. Okay, when we take a look at the Slack, okay, through that DEA software, okay, for example, if you're taking a program IV, it gives all 0 for each characteristic, okay. If you look at this, all 0 for each characteristic, we can say that for all input and output. Because in the Slack of the table, 0 means efficient, where if it is stated, if in the table there is a value like this, meaning that it is not efficient. Okay, so Proton Myvi is efficient. Same goes to X70. It is efficient because it gives 0 value to every input and output. Okay, if you take a look at the Honda City, there is a value which is 16453.7 in input of price, meaning that cars of Honda City is not efficient in terms of their price. Okay, in terms of their price here, and also number of cylinder, valve of cylinder, and also acceleration, weight of the car, and also the fuel tank capacity. Meaning that later on, if we want to make Honda City efficient, we need to change the value of price, meaning we need to increase or decrease the price, increase or decrease the number of cylinder, increase or decrease the valve of cylinder. Same goes to others, acceleration, weight of the car, and the fuel tank capacity. It is applied to other cars also, which that give an efficient value. Okay, so this is DMU, decision making. It is based on the rank or score just now. Okay, what we can conclude here is that the potential car buyers still wonder, of course, whether they want to buy a car that worth buying compared to other affordable vehicles, meaning some of them actually doesn't know how to purchase which spec that they need to see. So this study actually helping them in order for them to look whether the car is efficiency or not. It's not towards the purchaser only, but to the automotive industry, to other groups also. And overall, I recommend that this study can use other method also, which is linear discriminant analysis, and also artificial neural network (ANN). And to that, that's all from me, and I hope this study really helped people out there in terms of purchasing the car, and to the automotive industry also. To that, thank you so much.